Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are breaking down one of the most dramatic military developments to come out of the Middle East in recent years, a move by Israel that has sent shockwaves through global power circles and forced allies and rivals alike to reassess their strategies. This was not a routine upgrade or a quiet procurement deal. It was a calculated, highly visible shift that signaled intent, confidence, and readiness to shape the balance of power far beyond Israel's borders. At the center of this move is Israel's decision to rapidly integrate next-generation military capabilities across air, sea, land, cyber, and space domains, and to openly demonstrate them in coordinated operations and exercises. What shocked global powers was not just the technology itself, but the speed, scale, and strategic messaging behind it. Israel has always relied on qualitative military edge rather than numerical superiority. This time, however, it pushed that doctrine to an entirely new level. One of the most striking elements was the accelerated deployment of advanced air power, including stealth, enhanced aircraft, long-range strike capabilities, and AI-assisted mission systems. These platforms are not just harder to detect. They are designed to operate deep inside contested airspace, collect real-time intelligence, and strike multiple targets with extreme precision. Global military analysts immediately noticed that these systems were being paired with autonomous drones and loitering munitions, creating layered attack options that overwhelm traditional air defenses. This combination dramatically shortens decision-making time for adversaries, forcing them into reactive positions. At sea, Israel unveiled expanded naval strike capabilities that go far beyond coastal defense. New missile-equipped corvettes, enhanced submarine operations, and long-range maritime surveillance assets now allow Israel to project power across critical sea lanes. This has major implications for energy routes, undersea infrastructure, and regional naval balances. For countries that rely on maritime trade or offshore resources, this shift could not be ignored. On land, Israel reorganized its ground forces around rapid maneuver and network-centric warfare. Instead of large, slow formations, units are now smaller, faster, and digitally connected, able to share targeting data instantly with air and artillery assets. This means engagements that once took hours or days can now be decided in minutes. Such speed fundamentally changes how wars are planned and fought. Perhaps the most unsettling part for global powers is Israel's leap in cyber and electronic warfare. These capabilities are largely invisible, but their impact can be devastating. By demonstrating the ability to disrupt communications, radar systems, and command networks, Israel showed that it could neutralize an enemy before the first physical strike even occurs. This kind of warfare blurs the line between peace and conflict, making deterrence far more complex. Space also played a critical role in this massive move. Israel expanded its satellite network for intelligence, surveillance, and early warning. With faster data relay and higher resolution imagery, decision-makers gained near real-time awareness of developments across vast regions. For global powers, this signals that Israel is no longer just reacting to threats, but actively shaping the strategic environment. What truly shocked observers was how openly Israel showcased these capabilities. Through exercises, demonstrations, and carefully released information, it sent a clear message that these systems are not theoretical or experimental. They are operational, integrated, and ready. This transparency was intentional. It served as a deterrent, a warning, and a statement of confidence. The geopolitical timing of this move made it even more impactful. The world is currently facing heightened tensions, shifting alliances, and growing uncertainty. In this environment, Israel's actions forced major powers to reconsider their assumptions. Some saw it as a stabilizing force, strengthening deterrence. Others viewed it as a potential catalyst for escalation. Reactions from global capitals were swift. Allies expressed support, but also quiet concern about regional reactions. Rivals responded with sharp rhetoric, emergency meetings, and accelerated military planning. Even distant powers took note, understanding that advanced warfare techniques tend to spread beyond their original theaters. This move also highlighted Israel's defense industry as a global leader. By fielding indigenous technologies at such scale, Israel demonstrated a level of self-reliance that few countries can match. This has economic and political consequences as nations seek partnerships, licenses, or countermeasures. Another key factor was integration. None of these systems operate in isolation. They are linked through secure networks, AI-driven analysis, and joint command structures. This creates a force that is greater than the sum of its parts. For traditional militaries built around separate branches and slower coordination, this presents a serious challenge. The psychological impact should not be underestimated. By moving decisively and visibly, Israel altered perceptions of risk and capability. Deterrence is as much about belief as it is about hardware. When opponents believe that response will be swift and overwhelming, their behavior changes. This was a central objective of the move. Critics argue that such actions could fuel arms races or increase instability. Supporters counter that clear strength prevents miscalculation. Both perspectives highlight how significant this moment is. It is not just about Israel, it is about how modern military power is evolving. This development also underscores the growing role of technology in warfare. AI, automation, data fusion, and cyber tools are no longer optional enhancements. They are core components. Israel's rapid adoption and integration put pressure on other militaries to accelerate their own transformations. Failure to adapt could mean strategic irrelevance. From a strategic standpoint, this move strengthens Israel's ability to act independently. While alliances remain important, having credible unilateral options increases political leverage. It allows leaders more flexibility in diplomacy and crisis management. That flexibility is something global powers watch very closely. There is also a domestic dimension. By demonstrating preparedness and technological leadership, Israel reassured its population at a time of regional uncertainty. Public confidence is a critical element of national resilience. Strong internal support reinforces external deterrence. Looking ahead, the long-term consequences are still unfolding. Regional actors will adjust their strategies. Global powers will refine their assessments. Military planners everywhere will study the lessons. What is clear is that this was not a one-off event. It was part of a broader trajectory toward highly integrated, technology-driven warfare. This move also raises important questions about escalation control. As capabilities become faster and more autonomous, decision windows shrink. Managing crises requires even greater discipline and communication. Global powers are keenly aware of this risk. In many ways, Israel has positioned itself at the forefront of a new era of military operations. By combining speed, precision, information dominance, and strategic messaging, it demonstrated how modern power can be projected without mass mobilization. That model will influence thinking far beyond the Middle East. Whether this leads to greater stability or heightened competition depends on how others respond. What cannot be denied is the impact. A single, coordinated move forced the world's attention and reshaped conversations in defense ministries and think tanks worldwide. This is why analysts describe it as shocking, not because it was reckless, but because it was effective. As events continue to develop, we will see how this shift influences regional dynamics and global military trends. One thing is certain: the rules of the game are changing, and Israel has made it clear that it intends to be ahead of that curve. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and its consequences will be felt for years to come.